What's up, guys? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How you guys doing? Let me go ahead and just type some things into the chat and then we will start in just a second. Go ahead and pin this. I think this is pinned. Okay, there we go. So yeah, today, depending on the questions that you guys ask, I'm gonna be giving away one of my spreadsheets so you can track your transaction and hopefully start farming and doing all the things properly. That's the goal. We're gonna be reviewing some projects, we're gonna be adding some volume as usual and farm as much as possible. I don't know if you guys know, but they got the airdrop for Zetachain today, which is pretty crazy. I think the minimum per wallet is around 4,098 or 4,900, and the price of Zetachain is almost $2 currently. So that is a pretty good airdrop. Unfortunately, I didn't use Zetachain in the past, but that is just amazing. And from my understanding, for you to get the Zetachain airdrop, I think like with 1 or 2 SOL, that was actually more than enough for you. Just by staking it for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, by now you would have anywhere between $4,000 up to $8,000 in profit. So pretty crazy. Right there you can see airdrops works. And obviously I have received many other airdrops, so I know that they work. But just for you to have an example right there, yes, they do work a lot. Zetachain started trading on MEXC, bought some. I know. It is looking pretty good. And I think only like less than 10,000 people received the airdrop. So that's why the price is going crazy right now. There is not a lot of people with the Zetachain token. So that means there is less sell pressure on the platform. So most likely the price will go up like crazy. So that is actually pretty good for everybody that got involved with it. Just go ahead and confirm. Let me know how's the sound, please, before we start doing this. Let's see. So this is a dashboard that I found on Solana, just by typing on dune.com. Just type Solana and you can find some dashboard. And what I like about it is that I can see some transactions on some of the projects built on Solana. So currently, if we go here on DEX volume, you guys can see that number 3, I think it should be. I don't think it is descending. But either way, one of them that is popping up is Phoenix. We also farmed Phoenix a few days ago. We added some volume there on Phoenix. So make sure that you do, since it is a DEX, so you don't really need a lot of money. Just take a few transactions and right there you're already farming the project. The good thing with Phoenix is that the only feature that they have is swapping. So basically you only need to take a few swaps to get involved with Phoenix. And let's see if it can be a good airdrop, just like Zetachain or maybe like Jupiter. Sound good? I found a list of airdrops on Solana chain. Tensor, MRGN, is that MarginFi? Camino, Drift, Zeta, Bird Eye, Wormhole, Backpack, and Cube. I haven't heard of Backpack and Cube. I would have to double check that. Tensor, I know it is an NFT marketplace. So we need to double check that. Usually I don't really like to get involved with NFTs. That is obviously not my liking. I don't know, I just don't like NFTs. Well, actually I don't really understand NFTs, that's why. Not that I don't like them, I'm just not really involved with NFTs, so that's why. But all of the others, MarginFi, Camino, Drift, Zeta, Rumhole, we're already farming all of them. We're already adding volume on all of them. We also have Phoenix. What else we have? Also, we will be reviewing this one that I found, which is Meteora. I guess that's how you say it. It is just like Camino Lending, just like MarginFi. You can come here and add some liquidity. Why it is pretty interesting is because if you go back down and you check the volume on some of the projects, you guys can see that number 2 or number 1, actually, it has even more daily active users than MarginFi, which is crazy. And I don't think there is a lot of people talking about the project. So right now, that was on December the 3rd. So yeah, is that December the 3rd? No, actually yesterday, I think. 5th, 6th, yeah, 6th, yesterday. They got 9,000 users yesterday. So again, even higher than MarginFi. So that is a project that I truly think we should be adding some volume. So same process, just by adding some liquidity and then borrowing some funds against it, then you should be good right there. Means the Jito airdrop, sorry, was late for it. I also missed the Jito airdrop, unfortunately. So we are in the same boat. Unfortunately, but it looks pretty good, man. $8,000 for just taking one Solana 3 weeks ago. That's pretty crazy. That is actually pretty good. So let's go ahead and double check this one, Meteora. So whenever I see some of this project here, what I would do is go to DeFi Llama, and then I type the name of the project so I can review if they have a token. So you can come here, Meteora, open that up, and usually if there is a token, it will show up right here. It should say CoinGecko. So right now there is no token, so we can get involved with it. There is a total value lock of $21.87 million, so pretty huge. It is not a small project. If we open the website, let me go ahead and close it here. Go back here. Dynamic vaults. Let me also open this and check that out. So vaults usually is for single staking. So that means you would be adding USDC, USDT, Solana, and then farming should be double staking. Yeah, there you go. So that means you actually need 2 tokens. Usually I don't like double staking because you can lose some funds unless it is USDC to USDT. But usually I don't like to get involved with double staking. So yeah. So here, let's go ahead and add our first transaction. Or before that, let's go ahead and play a little bit with Phoenix today before adding the liquidity. Who was the shirtless guy on X talking about? Man, I don't know. Hopefully he's not the owner, the founder. He looks pretty crazy. No, I didn't get involved with Jito. I didn't. Actually, I was waiting because remember, guys, we started with ZK Sync, farming ZK Sync, and then I think we did Scroll and a few projects on EVM, and then I said next week we would be starting some Solana project. And right there, the first day that I checked Jito, they had the announcement that they took the snapshot. So no, unfortunately, I didn't get involved with Jito. So now that I'm connected, let's go ahead and just take a few transactions just to add some volume. Again, Phoenix is just a DEX, but the stats looks pretty crazy. Look at that. All-time volume. I think last time that we checked, they had like 1.3 billion. Right now, they're already at almost 1.5. So pretty crazy. All-time trades, 3 million, 3.5. So this is just going crazy. And the good thing, there is not any other feature to use. So that means just by trading, just by swapping back and forth, you're basically getting involved with the project. Let's see. So what I have, I think I have Solana. So I would go to sell. Yeah, 0.99. Let's do 0.75. I'm gonna do market 0.75. Just for us to be active here and add one transaction. And there you go, my trades. Great, so now I have my first transaction, not my first, but for today, which was around $49. Let me go ahead and track this. Phoenix, Solana, 49 something, I don't remember, later on I will fix it. And let me go ahead and double check. Phoenix, where's Phoenix? Here it is. So we have been using the platform for 3 days. No, that is our total transaction is 3. Active days is 2, and our volume is 171. As usual, I always try to push it above 1K. So obviously over the next few days, we'll be taking some more swaps to do it. Any idea on Levana protocol? It is on Cosmos ecosystem. No, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not really into Cosmos ecosystem, so I would have to do some research. Levana. No, I don't know what it is. Is it a DEX or to add liquidity? What are they? I don't know. So now that I have my funds, I can actually come to Meteora and add some USDC. Since I sold some of my Solana, let's go ahead and do that. Phantom, connect, then USDC. Was it USDC or USDT? Yeah, USDC. Okay, deposit. So I will receive 47.85 VUSDC. Let's go ahead and deposit. Let's do confirm. And there you go. So now we are farming Meteora. As simple as that. Obviously, you guys can get involved with farms, which is double staking. But for me, just because of the risk, I don't like to get involved with it. Unless it is USDC to USDT. That is the only way. Let me also come here and add it. Meteora. Farming. Solana. I'm just gonna type DEX. It's okay. And there you go. So now we have our first transaction. So basically everything is showing up here automatically. So pretty good. And now we're farming the project. So as simple as that. We just started, guys, and we already have 2 projects farmed. So as you can see, this is pretty simple. Adding some volume on some of these projects, pretty simple. One thing I want to take just a minute to mention. I've been getting a lot of text messages like DM, private Discord, on how should someone start farming. And guys, if you don't know how to send funds to your MetaMask wallet, to your Phantom wallet, how to bridge some funds, how to swap, please don't start farming, because I don't want you to lose your funds. First, you need to understand how to use a MetaMask, a Phantom wallet, and usually you can learn how to do it in just a day or 2. And by playing with it, there is a lot of videos on how to do it. I also have some videos on how to use a MetaMask. So you can just type DeFi Chronicles, MetaMask, and it will show up. But again, you first need to understand the basics. You cannot start farming if you don't know how to send your funds from maybe Binance, Coinbase to your wallet, and then swapping, changing the price of your gas fees, and then everything else. So first, please take a few hours, understand how you can use your MetaMask wallet, your Phantom wallet, which is actually the same. Phantom wallet and MetaMask wallet, once you know how to use one of them, it is actually quite simple to just move to the other one. So any Starknet wallet is basically, I would say the UI is like the same for MetaMask, for Rabbit, for Ethereum. It is actually the same, but you need to understand the basics before you move into something else. Because if not, you're gonna be losing your funds. You will not know what to do. Then it is just chaos. So make sure that you first understand how to use a MetaMask. And from there we can start farming. Pretty simple. The farming process is something that you can learn in a week. And obviously with time you get actually better with it. So let's go ahead and now add some volume. One project that I really want to add some volume is LayerZero. I kind of think that Wormhole is adding some pressure on them to launch their token, because there is a lot of people just moving from LayerZero to Wormhole, because it looks like LayerZero it is taking forever to do their token ZRO. So we're gonna be adding just some volume just to be safe today. So if in the future they decide to go with the freaking airdrop, we can receive some money. So number one, yesterday I was talking about holograph and how you can bridge. Holograph was kind of laggy, but I did indeed bridge some funds, I mean an NFT. So number one, on holograph, if you want to, you can mint an NFT, a free NFT, and usually, oh, now it is by 5 days. Before it was for 3 days, so that's great. So once you mint your NFT, you can go to bridge, NFT bridging. So you can add one transaction, and this will show that you have a transaction on LayerZero. I'm gonna show you guys in just a second. But BNB chain, oops, let me first change this to Arbitrum. I'm gonna select, as you can see right here, available, continue. Hopefully today it is a little bit quicker than yesterday. Let me go ahead and close Phoenix, close this. And by the way, guys, we're getting a lot of points on MarginFi. It is looking pretty good. My global rank yesterday was around 35,000 and I moved to 27,000 in just a few hours. So that is pretty nice. I have 89 points from referrals. So thank you guys for everybody that used the link in the description. Borrowing points. So if you're not borrowing from MarginFi, you should be doing it. Obviously, first you need to lend some money to borrow some money, but borrowing points or borrowing some money, it is actually a must, because it looks like we're getting more points from borrowing than lending, because currently I think I'm adding like $150, $160 into liquidity. But borrowing money, I think I am around $70. So you can see it is less than half, and I still have more points coming from borrowing. So pretty good right there. There we go, bridge. It will ask me to change or to switch. Let's see. I think I am on Arbitrum here. Oh no, actually not. So whenever this decides to work and do the pop-up. There we go, finally. SyncSwap have a token. SyncSwap. What is SyncSwap? SyncSwap. Oh, SyncSwap. SyncSwap is with an S. SyncSwap. Let me type it for you. Sync. Like that. That's the name. SyncSwap. They don't, but they used to have an event for you to participate to get the airdrop. So right now they are not tracking our points anymore, unfortunately. So that's why I'm not using SyncSwap. Even though I do think that SyncSwap, it is actually the best DEX on ZK Sync at the moment. So if you want to go with one that is pretty safe and also pretty good, I would go with SyncSwap. But at the same time, they will not have an airdrop, or at least the event is not active anymore, but the token is not out yet. So I don't know if in the future they would have a second event for you to farm it, take some transactions, and then get some points. But for now, it is paused. So pretty good. Let's go ahead and double check on LayerZero scan if our transaction is getting confirmed or something. It should, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So now it is being confirmed. So as you can see, by bridging an NFT using holograph, you're adding one transaction into LayerZero. So what I would do is first come here, I would type LayerZero. I use BSC to Arbitrum. The price is 0. I think it was like 32 cents. 12/7, 2023. Then I will type holograph because I also use holograph to Arbitrum 0, also 0.32. So right there, I'm adding volume on holograph or transactions on holograph and also on LayerZero. So right there, pretty good. I already have 4 transactions. So number 2, now if you want to add some volume, you can actually use OmniBTC for that to bridge some funds. I think I have some on Arbitrum. Let me go ahead and pull up that. Arbitrum, ETH. I don't think you're gonna be using, you don't have the option to select LayerZero if you're sending your funds to ZK Sync, unfortunately. So you would need to choose anywhere between Arbitrum, Polygon, and BSC. I think these are the ones that are using LayerZero. I've been using it for my swap. Thank you for the name. Thanks. Yeah, sure. For me, if you want to go with a project for ZK Sync that is tokenless, I would go with Odos or LeFi. LeFi is also tokenless. It will be a pretty huge airdrop. So if you want to use it for swapping, because it is a cross chain, but you can actually use it on the same chain. So let me go ahead and remove that and show you just a second. So I would do this, select ZK Sync, for example, ETH, and then select for a second time ZK Sync and USDC. So right there, I'm just swapping on the same chain, and at the same time, I'm also farming LeFi. Jumper is their project, so it is coming from LeFi. So you can use it right there and add some volume, and obviously at the same time, you will be farming ZK Sync. That's actually my process. Whenever I'm farming a blockchain, I also try to use something that is tokenless. So in case I don't really make more money or a lot of money on the blockchain, at least I know that I have maybe 2 to 3 projects that are also tokenless, which I might receive an airdrop from them. Let's see. So yeah, we were on OmniBTC. So I'm gonna send my funds to BNB. I'm gonna choose so ETH on Arbitrum and then BNB on BNB chain. I'm gonna select 0.2. And here, guys, always make sure that you're choosing LayerZero, because if not, it is going to choose the first one, and cBridge is not tokenless. deBridge is tokenless, but not cBridge, and they don't have the option to deBridge. So cBridge is not tokenless. Connects is not tokenless. Bull Network, it is not tokenless. So here you need to choose LayerZero protocol. Then we do swap, confirm swap, and that's it. We're basically sending our transaction right there. Let me change first to BNB. So I don't have enough. Oops, let me go back to add a little bit less, 0.19. Let's see if that is enough. Again, LayerZero, confirm. Let me send it. So there you go. So now there is one transaction. This is something that you can maybe do once or twice a week, just for you to be safe and add a few transactions. If you have a lot of money, so let's say you have $500, $1,000 to bridge, it is actually easier for you to add a lot of volume on LayerZero. It is actually pretty simple to do. Let's go ahead and do the same. So LayerZero, it is from Arbitrum to BSC, I think. 46 something. Let me go ahead and double check. No, actually it was from Arbitrum. Yeah, Arbitrum to BSC. And 0.14. Even though I am losing like $4 on the freaking spread. So whenever you see that it is that expensive, just wait for a few hours so it can go down. Usually that is because there is not a lot of liquidity on the dexes that they are using. So since OmniBTC is not a dex, what they're doing is aggregating dexes. So you can just wait for a few hours so you can get a better price. But unfortunately, since I am doing a live stream, I do need to take it to show you guys the process. So right there, we have another transaction, and there you go. We have 5 transactions on LayerZero. As quick as that. Pretty good. So now, the other project that I want to farm is Rumho. We're gonna do Matic. So I'm gonna be sending from BNB on BNB chain to Matic, Polygon. Let me wait until we have the option to select Rumho. And we need to go down. So as you can see, I still have the option to select LayerZero, which by the way, it is actually less expensive here. But I would go to Rumho and I would do 0.2 BNB to 1. Hopefully that is enough. Let's wait a little bit again. Kind of slow, but still. Rumho, here it is. Swap. Okay, BNB to Matic, confirm. Hopefully that is enough. Oh, I first need to switch. Okay. Let me drop the gas fee a little bit. Whenever you can, do it. Whenever you can, because in the end it might show like it is just 20 cents, 30 cents. But if you start adding 100 transactions by 20 cents, it is pretty good. That's $20 right there. So start dropping your transaction fees whenever you can. We did $48.20, so 48.20 cents. We did Rumho. Oh, by the way, we also have to track OmniBTC because we have been using OmniBTC for that. Let me do OmniBTC also. This one, 46 point. Let me do $4.20, 48 also. Same, it was from BSC to Polygon. Then we have OmniBTC. The first one was what? Arbitrum to BSC. And then the second one was from BSC. Let me know if there is something that you guys are not understanding so I can explain it. I'm just tracking the transaction twice because once I farm Rumho, but I'm also farming OmniBTC. That's why I'm adding it 2 times. There we go. Let's go ahead and check our volume, which should look, let's see, OmniBTC, 358 total transactions, 4 active days, 2. Pretty good. Active months, 2. Rumho, here it is. Active days, total transaction 232 in volume. Great. Let me show you guys something that I built yesterday to check our transaction. Hopefully it is working. No, it is not. Haha. No, either way. Let's do then Rumho scan.io. Let's see if we have our transaction. There it is. So now we have 2 transactions on Rumho. As simple as that. So as you can see, hopefully that makes sense. I really hope so. If there is any question, let me know, guys. But right there, we already added some volume on Rumho. Again, same process. Just come back to it whenever you can. to add some more volume. And lastly, let's go ahead and use a new project today. We're gonna be farming a new project. We're gonna be using Bungee.exchange. This is another bridge. And we're gonna be sending our funds from Polygon. Let's see if I have, okay, so Matic, ZK Sync, and we're gonna choose ETH. I need to connect my wallet, obviously. Let me first change it to Polygon. Great. Matic, ETH. Let's do max. So here I have the option, just like the other ones, to select the router that I want. But obviously, or unfortunately, I cannot use LayerZero because I don't think we have the option for ZK Sync on Bungee. So review, but since Bungee is tokenless, we will be adding some volume there. We do bridge. Oh, I need to leave some for the gas fee. Yeah, 50. Let me do 55. Hopefully that is enough. How often do you do transaction? Where? I take transaction every single day. Is one transaction a month enough? It depends. It depends. Well, it depends on the how huge you want your airdrop to be honest. But in the end, something that I always say, do whatever you can with whatever you have, guys. If you don't have $1,000, $500, $400 to farm an airdrop, that's okay. Still, try to farm it. You will learn along the way, and in the end, you'll be adding days active. So if you can just take maybe $20, $50 to farm a project, that is still okay. You don't need to go crazy. Airdrops are not going any way. We have been receiving airdrop for years, guys, for years, like years, freaking years. Well, you guys can see that, for example, Uniswap was a ton of years, most likely, I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 years before, and we still get an airdrop. And look, still today, we're still receiving airdrop. So airdrops are not gonna stop. What do you think about Orbiter and Sir? What's the best wallet apart from MetaMask? Other than MetaMask, I like Zerion, but the only thing is that on Zerion, I don't think they have the option to add scroll, so they take some time to add the new blockchains, so that's why I'm not really using Zerion. So for example, on my phone, if I want to check my my funds, I would use Zerion, but if I'm using it on my computer, I would use maybe MetaMask or Rabbit, which is the best one that I have found so far. And what I think about Orbiter, I do like it. I have like 5 or 6 wallets with a lot of transactions on Orbiter. So I really, really like Orbiter. And also they receive some money, so they raise money from some investors. I think one of them is A16Z. So right there, that is a pretty huge project. So yeah, you should be farming Orbiter and adding some volume on Orbiter, obviously. And if anybody is asking, Orbiter is a bridge also. By the way, we're already farming Orbiter. We already have like 2 to 3 transactions on this wallet on Orbiter. Again, same process. Let's go ahead and lower it a little bit. Confirm. There we go. We're sending some funds. Let me show you guys. So Orbiter, here it is. No, we have 4 transactions on Orbiter. Our volume is 338 currently, and I do like it. Really like Orbiter. Really good project. I think Orbiter is one of the first bridges that I use, to be honest. I sent it from BSC to, it is a bridge. then let me go ahead and type it here. Bungie. We did it from BSC to, oh no, it is actually ZK Sync. Oh no, Polygon, ZK Sync, farming. Are you eligible for the Jito airdrop? Unfortunately, no. I didn't use Jito in the past, unfortunately, no. The day that I checked if I was able to farm Jito was on the, I think the 29th, and they took the snapshot on the 25th. So no, unfortunately, no. So estimated time, it says 8 minutes. Hopefully that can be quicker than that. I don't want to be waiting 8 minutes. That is the only thing. I once did a comparison with some of these bridges. Bungie is actually the one that takes the most to bridge your funds. OmniBTC is the quickest, with Orbiter also. LayerZero would come third in terms of how quick it is. Let's go ahead and go to ZK Sync in the meantime while we are waiting for a transaction to come through. So once you guys have your funds on ZK Sync, by the way, would like to ask this question. We have 8 people here, or 9 now. Are you guys all farming ZK Sync? I'd like to know. Let me know if you guys are farming ZK Sync, and what is your volume? When did you start farming ZK Sync? That is a project that you don't want to miss. Even if you're farming some other blockchains, make sure that you're farming ZK Sync. I do think the priority right now is ZK Sync. No, I didn't receive the Jupiter airdrop. I wasn't really active on Solana before. Usually for me, it is like Arbitrum, ZK Sync. These are my main blockchains. So I just started really to get involved with Jupiter. I mean on Solana. Let me check this. No, I just started farming on Solana. You started a couple of days ago. Yeah, on this wallet, I started a couple of days ago. I actually started farming ZK Sync 9 months ago. I've been farming 3 days after ERA. Nice. Awesome. I started the first day that they launched ERA. And also I had some volume on ZK Sync Lite first. So I've been using it for a long time, to be honest. And obviously that is my main project. I think I have 5 wallets with more than $10,000 in volume. And then I have 2. One with 5,000 in volume, and number 7 with 2,000, almost 3,000 in volume. And then I have some other ones which are pretty small. Oh, also this one, I have like $2,000 in volume, and then 2 other ones which are pretty small. I do need to add some more volume into them, but they're also pretty new. Am I farming Wormhole? Well, we just took a transaction on Wormhole, man. Like really, right now, we took a transaction. Right now, exactly. Right now, we took a transaction on Wormhole, on OmniBTC, by sending my funds from BNB chain to Polygon. As you can see here, you do have the option to select Wormhole protocol right there. We just added 1 transaction. So yes, I am farming it. What will you do with all the airdrop gains qualifying for the giveaway? Well, my goal, I mentioned that before, but unfortunately, I don't know. There is a lot of people that are brand new into the live stream. what I am planning to do is maybe take 25%, and I am talking about this wallet specifically, not all of my other wallets, but for this wallet specifically, what I am planning to do is take maybe 25 to 30% and leave it in the wallet so I can have more money to take higher volume and also farm more projects. And then 70% I'm gonna move it into another wallet, which I'm not gonna be farming. I'm not gonna be using it on any other dexes, anything. It will be just a wallet for me to hold some money, and I'm planning to invest it to the long run. So my end goal is to see if I can make anywhere between 20 to 30K with that wallet, with the one that we're currently farming, which I do think it is completely possible. And then take 70% and invest it for the long run. So let's say that I make maybe 30K. I should be able to hit a 10x. I do know how to do it. Like, for example, right now we are not in a full bull run, and I have some of my wallets which has like 5x's, 6x's already. So for me to hit a 10x, I do think it is possible. So the goal again is making at least 30K, move that outside of this wallet, and then doing a 10x, and then making 300K by 2025. That is the end goal. Yeah, because in the end you can make some good money from airdrops, but again, it is not the end goal. Making 20K will not change your life. Obviously it is a pretty good amount of money. 20K is great, but obviously it will not change your life. But now if you invest that 20K, 30K, and you make maybe 200K, 300K, and now we're talking. 300K can purchase maybe a small condo depending on where you're located. And it can also bring some money to your family. So yeah, that's the end goal. And obviously I'm gonna do the same for all of my wallets. I think I should be able to make from today up to 2025 from all of my wallets, just from airdrop, anywhere between 250K up to 400K on all of my wallets. Again, I just started doing airdrop 8 months ago, and I was receiving airdrop just from 2 wallets, and I wasn't really taking a lot of transaction. I actually started with $30, and I moved that $30 up to almost 10K in profit just from airdrop. So I've been just rolling it over and making more money from airdrop, again, just $30. So it is pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and double check if I have my funds now on ZK Sync, hopefully. Now we're still waiting. But in the meantime, let me show you guys some process. So if you haven't started farming ZK Sync, guys, please do it, because this is going to be an airdrop most likely bigger than Arbitrum. And I don't know if you guys know, Arbitrum was pretty huge. Like the main wallets did like 17K just from one wallet. I used $30 to farm one of my wallets, and I got 1.5K just from Arbitrum, just by using $30. So pretty crazy. So for ZK Sync, most likely we will receive a bigger airdrop. So make sure that you start using it. Again, if you want to bridge your funds, you can have your funds on any blockchain. You can use OmniBTC. You would come here and then select, just like I did, select ZK Sync for you to receive your funds, and then select ETH, because ZK Sync is using ETH for their gas fee. So you need to select that. Or you can use also Bungee to send your funds. Finally, transaction successful. Or you can use, what is the other one? Orbiter. You can use LeFi also, which I really like. There is a lot of bridges that you can use. And once you have your funds, just use Odos, use Jumper to take some swap and add some volume. And basically you're set up just to make a few Ks. No, actually that was already open. Let me close this. This here. You started your airdrop career with $30. Yeah, I started with $30. Actually, I have the video on my channel. You can look for it. It is from last year. Arbitrum. It says Arbitrum farming or crypto farming. I don't know, part 1, and then there is a part 2. I think it was with $30 or $40. So yeah, you can check it out. Then once after I got the airdrop from Arbitrum, or before that, I wasn't really farming anything else because I didn't know like how much money I was able to make. I just did it just to show what I was doing, because my channel is all about that. Whenever I'm getting involved with something, purchasing something, I always make a video. This is like a diary for me. So in the future, I can come back to it and see what I did. So that's why I actually did a video showing what I was doing, explaining, just using $30 to $40. I farmed Arbitrum, and then 6 months after that, I received my airdrop from Arbitrum. And then I moved it into some other project. I got the HMX airdrop, which was $640 per wallet. And then I also got smaller airdrop like AI Doge, because I did receive the airdrop from Arbitrum. I also received the airdrop from Pith Network, and then many other ones which were ranging anywhere between $200, $300. And by now I'm in profit for around, I would say 9K, give or take. I would have to do the calculation to add all of the small projects, but yeah. So it is pretty good, from $30 to 9K. That is actually a lot of X's. Let's see. Let me do the math. If we do 9,000 divided into 30, 300 X's. Not bad. Do you think we have to do swap every day on ZK Sync? It depends. It really depends if you don't have a lot of funds. So for example, if you're using maybe less than $500, if you can come to it and take a few swaps, yes. But in the end, you don't need to be active every day. Every week, yes, I do think that would be good if you can do it every week. But doing it every day, not really. Nah, I don't think so. Obviously, you might receive a bigger airdrop for being more active, but no, I don't think that is necessary. So do whatever you can with whatever you have. I know that sometimes we have to work, family, hobbies. So yeah, just maybe take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe twice a week, and do your swapping. That should be enough. So let's go ahead and add some volume on ZK Sync before we go. The first one is Jumper. So I'm gonna do the same process. I'm gonna choose ZK Sync. I'm gonna choose ETH, and on the second one I'm gonna choose ZK Sync again, and then I'm gonna choose USDC. I think I have my funds. Let me go ahead and double check that. Oh no, ZK Sync. I almost crossed bridge. ZK Sync, then I have 0.24, so I'm gonna do 0.19. Let's see how much I got here, just to make sure that I'm leaving some for my gas fee, so I can swap it back. 56, yeah, actually that is enough. I can even go to 0.2. Then review, start swapping, 46.52. And by the way, even though it is saying $2 in gas fees, that doesn't really mean that I'm gonna be paying $2 in gas fees. That's how ZK Sync works. It will show $2 and then you will get back like 50% of it. 46.53. So again, just come here, LayFi, ZK Sync, 46.53, 2023. That is done. And as you can see, I paid 72 cents in gas fee. So it wasn't $2.50. 0.72. And there we go. So now I have one transaction. Or another transaction, not my first transaction. Then on all those, I can just use the same process. Since I send it to USDC, so I swap it for USDC, I can just do max. Let me go ahead and refresh, because it is not showing my total on USDC. We do max to ETH. Let's go ahead and approve. One trick, if you are comfortable with the platform, you guys can increase your approval. So instead of you approving up to $57, if you know that you're gonna be using the platform more, you can actually just type a little bit more. So $200, that means up to $200 I will not have to approve USDC again. Approve. And lastly, another trick, you can also double check when the price for ETH are actually less expensive. Usually when we're doing the live stream, it is pretty expensive because right now we are in lunchtime. So usually there is a lot of people using it. But like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., that is pretty inexpensive. So let's do swap. Add that last transaction. So from USDC to ETH. Again, it says $1.90. And by the way, Odos is actually way less expensive than Jumper. I have found that Odos is less expensive than SyncSwap and many other dexes. Great, but you do have to double check the gas fee here. So let me show you guys the process. You would come here, 35 cents. So you guys can see there is a big difference. On Odos, 35 cents, and on Jumper, it is 72 cents. 57.7.35 ZK Sync. Odos 12/7/2023, and that's it. So lastly, let's go ahead and check our stats on zksync.netlify.app to see how we're looking on zksync. We do this, scan, so let's see. Okay, so my volume currently is 2.2K. Interacted contract is 7. Interaction NFTs 2. Balance, you guys already know my balance, and then fees $13. And my ranking is currently 67%. So again, the goal is just to add as much volume as possible. By the way, another thing that we can do is taking or minting a free NFT. So we have Rainbow Diamond, which will be adding some more volume. One second, guys. So let me go ahead and text something. 1 second. And take a picture. Okay, so here we need to connect our wallet. We do MetaMask. Next, connect. Then we can mint a free NFT. So we will be adding at least a transaction. And by the way, NFTs to me, which is the platform, is also tokenless, so we might receive an airdrop in the future for it. Let's do confirm. We can also double check. So there we go. We mint that NFT, which by the way, there is no worth behind it. It is just for you to add some transaction. 50 cents would come here. NFTs to me. ZK Sync. 0. 50 cents. 12/7/2023. So you're saying to do the ZK Sync airdrop regularly? Yes, yeah, as much as possible until you reach one of these tiers, which is 1K in volume, 10 transaction, and then 2 months active. Then we have 10K volume, 25 transactions, 6 month active, and then the last one, which is the big baller, 100K in volume, 100 transaction, and then 9 months active. How can I check my volume? The website. That is the website, zksync.netlify.app. So if you want to take a quick screenshot, you can do it. zksync.netlify.app. At which hour ETH fees is cheaper? In the morning. So I think you are in France, right? So for you, it would be what time it is where you're located. So more or less, I can give you a time. Let me know. I can more or less calculate it for you for round. So if you want to calculate it from now, I would say in like 12 hours, the gas fees are kind of inexpensive, give or take. Obviously not cheap, but less expensive than now. Interaction, so we went up to 21. Interaction, NFTs, I have 3. Unit contract is at 8 currently, and then my fees is at $14. And I'm still ranking at 67, unfortunately, but I do think that once we go up to 3K, 4K, it will go up pretty quickly. One of my wallets, I have like 12K in volume, 12, 13K in volume, and I am already up in the top 3% in that wallet. Also, it is very important the wallet age. This wallet is only 10 days, so most likely that's why I am not up. So sometimes time using the project, time using the platform, time the wallet age is sometimes more important than the size that you're using, the amount of money, your volume. So that's why I always tell people that you need to be early, start adding transaction, even if it is with $20, but at least it will show that you have been using it for more time. So if you wait for maybe January, February, just because you know you're going to be receiving a pretty good paycheck, and then you start farming, yes, you might have some volume, but in the end it will show that you're using the platform for less time. So again, $20, $30, you take a few transactions, maybe once a week, so you don't spend a lot of money on gas fees, and at least it will show that you have some type of consistency with the platform. Maybe so just swapping back and forth. Use all those, since it is less expensive in terms of gas fees. As you saw, it was like 35 cents per transaction. So if you have $30, you can swap maybe with 25, 24 just to leave some ETH for the gas fee. And then maybe after a month, you would have 4 transactions, which would be $100 in volume. Obviously, it is not a lot, but it will show that you have some consistency and you have been using the platform for some time. And also a lot of days, obviously. And by using just 35 cents in transaction, damn, 4 transaction is what? 4, that would be around $1, $1.40, give or take, 130. So pretty cheap, to be honest. How much time do you think I should use a main bridge of a project? Usually I don't use main bridges. Usually I don't. Even though I know they might be good to add some points. But what I have seen is that we have so many new bridges and so many third parties that even if you go to the website from ZK Sync, they are the one promoting those third party services. So in the end, I do think it is more important for a project to just receive some funds on a blockchain than just using a specific freaking bridge. But obviously you can go with it. So for example, for my main wallets, I do use the main bridge, which is from Ethereum to ZK Sync or from Ethereum to Menta. But in the end, it is just so expensive. Like you can spend like $30. So for me, it doesn't really make sense. If I'm farming another wallet, which I'm just adding maybe $400, $300, $500 to farm it, I don't want to be using a main bridge, at least not for now. So yeah, you can choose whatever you like. If you want to go with it, go with it. If not, that's okay. No, it's 9 p.m. Spain, but same as France. 9 p.m. So for you, it would be, well, the same. In 10 to 12 hours, you could check. So it would be around 9 a.m. for you, give or take. So 9 a.m., try to check it. Maybe take a fake transaction, so don't confirm the transaction right away to see how much it is. Use all those, just click on swap, and then don't confirm it to see how much is the gas fee. Also, there is some website that you can check the gas fee. You can type gas fees Ethereum per hour, and that should show you the gas fees per hour. No, again, I don't know if it is a requirement to use the main bridge. We actually don't know. Obviously, whenever we are farming a project, there is no guidelines. There is no real guidelines. They don't tell us that we're gonna be receiving an airdrop. They don't let us know that or that we have to use X project or this project or to add X amount of volume. We're just using previous requirements from other projects to know. For example, I don't think Arbitrum you had to use the main bridge. I think it was just sending some funds. Optimism, I know that you just had to send some funds to Optimism, and that's it. You were participating for the airdrop. So again, I'm just taking the risk. If you guys are just using one or two wallets, yes, obviously use the main bridge at least once or twice, and then use third-party bridges to just continue to farm other projects, maybe to remove your funds, so on and so forth. Yeah, but if you're farming 10 wallets, man, that is kind of expensive, because if I have to do it for each one of my wallets, in the end, $25, $30 for bridging, and I have 10 wallets, that is $300 just for bridging. So no, I can use that $300 just to farm one wallet. So that's why I'm not doing it. Etherscan, but I don't understand it really. To check gas fees or Etherscan at the top. Let's see. You can type gas fees Ethereum per hour. Gas tracker. Let's see. There you go. Right here, you can actually check how hot it is and check the hours. So right now it says hour 19, so that is 3 p.m. for me. So you can just change it. So as you can see right here, which is 3, which is most likely in the morning. So yeah, most likely in the morning is when you would have the better pricing. Also on Sundays, they're pretty inexpensive. Sunday right there in the morning, 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 9, it is pretty inexpensive. You can also see on Saturdays, where everybody's out drinking, having fun, usually the gas fee is pretty low. Monday, it is pretty crazy. You can see that. So everybody's back into crypto, making money, trading. So that's why the gas fees are pretty expensive right there. Thursday also, Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, Friday and Saturday are usually the best days to take some transactions. And that's it for today, guys. That's it. So a quick recap that I like to do before I leave. Number one, just checking my points here on MarginFi. We can actually reload it to see if I have more. I should. Let's see. Yeah, 718 points. Pretty good. My global rank is at 27,741. So make sure that you're lending some money and then borrowing against it so you can make some more points or get some more points. Also on Solana, we farm Meteora, which is another project which you can add some liquidity. It is being used more than MarginFi. They have more daily active users, so make sure that you're using it and adding some liquidity. You can just go to vaults and then deposit some funds. If you want to add double staking and play with pools, you can do it, or farming. But for me, it is not something that I'm really interested in, because I'm not really looking into making some money directly from the pools. I'm just trying to farm these projects. Then we also added some transactions on Phoenix. Is it phoenix.org or phoenix.xyz? No, phoenix.trade, which is another project based on Solana, which is also tokenless. It is a DEX, so make sure that you're also using it and adding some transactions. Next, we added a transaction on LayerZero by bridging some funds from Holograph. So again, same process, just like yesterday. You mint a free NFT, you go to bridge, you do NFT bridging, and then you select one chain to the other. Usually what works properly is from Arbitrum to BSC. That would work pretty good. Next, we added also some volume by using OmniSwap or OmniBTC. Make sure that you're not sending your funds to ZK Sync if you want to farm a LayerZero. So choose something like BSC to Arbitrum, and then you would have the option to select LayerZero. Usually it takes some time to pull up. Well, here it is.
Then we have LayerZero protocol. So make sure that you're clicking on it. If not, it will select the first one. And right there, it would add some transaction on LayerZero. You can check your volume or your transactions on LayerZero by just tapping LayerZeroScan.com and then adding your wallet address to check it. And then also, if you want to farm Wormhole, which you should, obviously, you can choose BNB chain and then send some funds to Matic. Then you would have the option right here to select Wormhole. Again, same process, just make sure that you're selecting the right one before sending your funds. So you do have the option to do LayerZero and then Wormhole. All of the other projects, all of the other bridges, they already have a token. So if you use it, cool, you will still be adding some volume into OmniBTC because it is tokenless. But then if you want to really farm the big ones, which is LayerZero, which is Wormhole, then you would have to select it manually. So clicking on the alternative. So this thing is still loading. So let's wait just a second for us to receive or to get the option. Let me see. Either scan, but I don't understand really. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and close this. Whenever this decides to show, I could show you guys where you need to click. Still loading, but basically it will show Wormhole. Down here you select the alternative and then you can send your funds, and by doing so you'll be adding some volume on Wormhole. You should be doing Wormhole, guys. You should. The project is just massive. They raised a lot of money, $225 million at a valuation of $2.5 billion, and the amount of users that they have is actually less than LayerZero. So basically it would work the same, just like Jito. People made a lot of money on Jito because only less than 10,000 people received the airdrop. So same for Wormhole. There is less than 100,000 users. In comparison, on LayerZero, there is like 3.54 million users. So in the end, the airdrop on LayerZero might be great, might be huge, but they still need to divide it into all of these users. So the amount of money that you're going to be making is actually less. So make sure that you're still adding some volume on Wormhole. Well, here it is. So you can select Wormhole right here and then send your funds. And lastly, we also bridge some funds for the first time on this wallet using Bungee, which is another bridge. Since it is tokenless, so basically you will be farming Bungee. You do have the option to select ZK Sync, Optimism, Arbitrum, and many others. What we did, we sent some funds from BSC to, or Arbitrum, I don't remember, to ZK Sync. And then we added some transactions on LeFi, which is Jumper. Jumper.exchange is from LeFi. And then also Odos, which is also tokenless. So it is a DEX also, and it is pretty inexpensive. So if you don't have a lot of funds, go with Odos, because the transaction fees are usually anywhere between 30 cents up to 40 cents in comparison to Jumper and many others, which are usually sitting around 80 cents, 70 cents. And then we also mint a free NFT on ZK Sync. Just come here on zksync.netlify.app to check your stats. Then you can click right here and then click on free. So you will be redirected to a website so you can mint a free NFT. There is no value behind these NFTs, but you will be adding some volume. So if you're running low on funds, you still want to be using ZK Sync and adding some transaction. This is actually a pretty good way to do it. And that's it for today. That's it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions before I go, and we'll be back Monday. We'll be back by Monday, which need to tell you guys, so we will be doing from December 11 up to December 14, obviously, because it is from Monday to Thursday, and then we will do from the 18 up to the 21st, and then we will take a break of 2 weeks, because obviously you guys, most of us will go to maybe some trips, family, Christmas, so on and so forth, and we will be back by January the 8th. So see you on Monday, guys. See you on Monday. Happy weekend. Remember to take your swap to add some volume. Farm, farm, farm. Make sure that you're adding some volume on ZK Sync, on Wormhole, on LeFi, or the main project, LayerZero, and hopefully we can make some pretty good money. And also some Solana project. Don't FUD the Solana projects like I did. The airdrop for Jito was pretty good, so hopefully we can receive some other airdrops in the future. And it looks like everything is hitting on Solana, so make sure that you're also adding some volume there. Take care, guys. Take care. Be back. I'll be back by tomorrow. I mean Monday, not tomorrow.